Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about the latest updates that they dropped on 7th of March of the recording of the video. It's 9th of March, so we're going to talk about those. And there's a pretty huge updates actually. I think I will definitely say the most important update of the year so far, and maybe arguably from last year as well, like combined. I think this is like the most important or future-rich update. And before I jump into this video, actually, I would just want to say thank you very much for all the people who are actually subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm nearly 5,000, sorry, 4,000 subscribers to my channel. So I'm going to do very soon a live broadcast, so a live session, so I can announce the winner, which he or she will win the Flow box. So stay tuned. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and check the notifications and the bell, so you can actually get alert when I go live, because I really don't know when I'm going to go live. So and and also just want to mention that I'm actually going live in my Discord like more often, and this will be actually the goal for my 5,000 subscribers, to go every week live in my Discord. So if you haven't joined my Discord, please do. The link is in the description of this video as well. So let's jump into this video. Today we are going to talk about mainly about three main upgrades of or new features of Flow. The first is local run. The second is the new Gemini AI action. And then the last major one, it's seamless app walkthroughs, but there are actually some not so major upgrades, but they are pretty major for most of the people as well. So we're going to cover them as well. So let's jump into this video. So let's first talk about the first feature, which is test on device with a local run. So this is actually a pretty major thing, and it allows you actually to test your Flow app on your local device or your virtual device, which actually give you an ability to instantly reload your app, which means that you just press one button and then it's instantly reloaded. It's much faster actually than the web version of the instant reload of Flow. Also, you have unlimited test duration, so that means that, of course, because it is on your device, you can actually keep it like that, go to drink coffee, go wherever you want to, then come back after an hour, it will be still there. So that's actually great. You don't have to reload it or keep like a new version constantly every 30 minutes. Which is not that like a super pain of the ass, because it's first of all right now it's loading super fast, like for the 2-3 minutes. So but and then the final one is that natively device testing, which means that sometimes, like for example, last live session that I did in my Discord channel, I actually talked about implementing step counter. So when you actually use your app, you can actually have a step counter there. And there are some other things like, for example, get the device ID or some other packages from above that packages that the only way you can test them, it's with mobile. So that's without downloading the APK, for example, or if you're on a Mac, you have to download the code, go through a process, which is not very it's not very easy. And now, boom, they made it. It's officially on Mac OS. and it will actually come to Windows as well. So you can actually see over here that they are actually working hard or for the flow for Windows. So I actually explained it's already in beta, and if it's already in beta, I expect it to come in maybe the next week even, or the next couple of days, I would say. So all the Windows users, don't be frustrated. The local run will come for Windows very soon as well. I'm actually myself, I'm actually a Linux user, and I'm complaining about that we don't have a full native Linux version, which means that I cannot actually use that local run in my computer, which is not that big of a pain of an ass, because for me, I can just download the code actually and then run it in my VS Code and basically have the same functionality. I don't see like a lot of like difference for me. But also I cannot show you how that looks like. So, but I can play you the video.
In this video, I'm going to
if you haven't already watched the video, I'm actually not going to play the whole video. I'm just going to show you in a little bit how this actually works. So like I said, you can test on your local devices. It's very easy. It's unlimited testing, and it's great for debugging actually, because if you, for example, click on a button, first, of course, you have to download the app, the native app for macOS, and for Windows, it's coming soon. And then, of course, you have to install a Flutter on your computer if you haven't already, or just go through the process that is over here. This is for iOS, but of course, if you're on Windows, you need to go to the process of Windows. So make sure that Flutter Doctor is actually working. And then when you first launch this screen, they will ask you to actually download the Flutter SDK from here. So don't download it from the official website. The reason that they're saying is because you need to have like a native Flutter Flow. Flutter SDK, which is coming from Flutterflow, and that's because of the dependencies. And then it's running Flutter Doctor for you. You can, of course, run it with opening the terminal and then just write Flutter Doctor. It will actually be the same thing, and you actually see if there are any issues. In this case, there are no issues, of course, and then you can select whatever which device you want to test this app. And then he is actually showing that you can still open the project locally, or you can open it in Xcode in this case. You can also open it in a virtual device, and here he is actually open it in the virtual device, and you can actually see that is working. In his case particularly, he have already opened the virtual device, so make sure that you have actually set up the virtual device, Xcode, and so on and so forth, for in order to work, right? So he, like I said, he already opened the virtual device, so that's why it's that easy for him. Just refresh, open the virtual device, refresh, and then you can load the app. And yeah, with the instant reload, you just click one button over here and it is instant reloaded, and this is the actual lock of the app. It's very important to have the lock and to be able to see the lock. Yeah, basically that's it. You can actually run, you have access to also to the Flutter, how do you call this, the web version of it, so the DevTools. So that's a big bonus as well. Yeah, you can also test, of course, on your real device, and at the same time you can test on your local device as well. So basically that's it. That's funny part is that he's clicking here the +1 to show that this is working on the real device. And now he wanted to click on this plus on the screen, but then he realized that this is a virtual device, not a real device. That was funny to me, but yeah. So let's jump into the next one. Okay, so let's talk about the next one, which is the new Gemini AI action. So this actually allows you to use Gemini in your photo flow, which is great. To be honest, my personal opinion, I know that the photo flow it's like greatly integrated into Google, and that's totally fine with me. But I will actually more appreciate it like having both open AI integration like built in and also add Gemini as well. I will actually appreciate more that than just implement only one AI solution. But that's that. That's for the flow. And that's their decision, of course. And let's actually watch the video because they are very generous on for the flow, and they're actually providing us now a video. So the whole idea is that it can actually generate. So we have three actions. Basically, we have two actions, to be honest. It can actually generate text for you. So let's actually go back real quickly to show you the actions. Yeah, so we have this action called generate text. We have another action called count tokens, and the last action is text from image. So basically, the useful ones will be to generate text and text from image. The counting tokens, yeah, I mean, it is useful as well, but there is nothing for to like provide to the end user, right? This is actually for you to use only. Um, we don't have like audio to text or text to audio, so TTS or STT yet, but maybe in the future we'll have. Yeah, so that's what we currently have. We also don't have like ChatGPT chat, so we probably don't have the ability to create like a chat functionality, I guess, if it's generating a text. And then yeah, here they're saying that the example that they're using, it's that you have like a text over here, and the AI will actually give you a plan for it, like Mondays, or like Monday is the day that we're going to travel to Paris, and we're going to Paris Fashion Week. It's on 27th of March, for example. And then we have like something like a pending task to shopping for Paris on the 24th. And then we have like some probably can some answers, but I haven't tested yet, to be honest. And I will show you why I cannot test it actually. So let's finish actually the video. Sorry, first. So we have like we can ask for example, what is that breed of the dog, and the breed of the dog. We can say like what is the breed of the dog. Here it says actually to record a video, and here we actually have a custom code that is converting text to speech. And don't be fooled that Gemini will do this for you. I know those are like promotional videos from Flow, and they are for the people to say, "Wow, that's amazing! That's incredible." Which it is. I'm not saying that it's not, but I'm just saying that there is more under the hood, right? So I hope that everyone subscribe to my channel. I think this is the most value that you're getting from my channel, like knowing those things when you see the real thing is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, like I said, we have a custom action, speech to text. I made a video actually how you can do that with a free package from PubDev, and yeah. And yeah, we have this voice. So he's asking, or she's asking, what is the breed of the dog, and it's actually outputting what is the breed of the dog. We have this cute dog over here, and if I go back, I just want to go back just to see. So yeah, we have this generate text, we have this text prompt, and the text prompt actually it's this case actually they're using the image one. So that's the video for the flow with the Gemini. So Gemini, sorry. Or Gemini probably is the right one. So if I go over here actually, and of course go to settings, and then in my case it's the last one, which is called Gemini. And then if I want to enable it, they're saying that go to this URL, which is ai.google.dev tutorial setup. But when I went to this page, I actually got this lovely screen, which it says that 404, no such page, and then there's no such page, and then I decided, okay, let's go to ai.google.dev, and this is the page that it's showing, and of course you need the API key, so it says get an API key. When I press get an API key, I'm actually redirected to this page, which it says available languages and regions, and you can actually see I am currently in Bulgaria, and the language is Bulgarian. The available language are Bulgarian, and if I scroll, which is fine, which is great, and if I scroll down, it's see available regions, and you can actually see, I think, mostly all the regions of the world. Like we have Brunei, we have Burkina Faso, we have Burundi, but we don't have Bulgaria. Bulgaria is in the European Union. I'm not saying anything about those countries, but I'm just saying that Bulgaria is in the European Union, and also Bulgarian is, we have it in available languages. And guess what? Surprise, surprise, Bulgarian is actually speaking officially in only one country, and that's Bulgaria. And it makes no sense to actually have this language and not available in the country. It's like having English and not available in the America, for example, or England, or I don't know, like having Finnish, for example, and not available in Finland. It's not available. So if I scroll down and if I go to F, yeah, you know what? I don't see Finland over here. That surprised me. It's Finnish is here, but no. Yeah. So so yeah, it's the same. Like Finnish, it's officially, I think it's the official language. It's only the only country that speaks Finnish. It's only in Finland, and we have again Finnish, but we don't have Finland. So I was thinking like Bulgaria, it's a small country. Okay, maybe they missed that, but I don't think like Finland, it's a small country, to be honest. Let's check. Let's just check Swedish, because that's interesting for me. So let's check Swedish. Do we have Sweden over here? So maybe they have something against the European Union, probably. Yeah, because we don't have Sweden over here. So probably I think what we have here is something against the European Union. I don't see anything. I don't see the reason why you don't. Google is not. It's not available in these languages. But yeah, sorry about that. But I just wanted to let you know that that's why I'm actually like not. I was super hardcore fan of Google products, but since they're closing the dynamic links and constantly closing, they close Stadia. Actually, I use Stadia as well. And they closed it. I was super happy with Stadia. It was working great for me, but they closed it. So yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, I just wanted to say what I feel. And yeah, let's continue. Okay, so the next thing is walkthroughs. So they have created, so let's play the video actually. They have created a very good way to have your own walkthroughs, which is great actually. Most of the time walkthroughs are used when there is like a first time user, they install your app, just you want them to guide them about your app. So they have in this example like a coffee shop or something like that app that you can choose the coffee, for example. You can choose the milk that you want. You can choose the espresso shot. Do you want the standard, short, long one? And of course, you will be able to create the walkthroughs on, for example, in this screen. And to do that, you need to go to Walkthroughs, which is actually available on the most left side. So when you click on settings, actually, that's settings and Walkthroughs. That is where you're going to find this. And yeah, to be honest, for me, it's a little bit strange that it is actually in settings, because this is actually not like a setting in your app. You're actually building something with it. So, for example, if the walkthroughs are in settings, why not the test? The tests are that why not the tests are in settings as well? Because tests are actually the same thing, right? Setting up tests, it's actually visually looks a little bit similar to the walkthroughs, but they decided to be in settings, which for me it's a little bit weird. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Probably it's only me who is thinking that. But of course, you can set up the walkthroughs. Let me. You can watch the video, but let me just explain you real quickly if for some reason you haven't watched the video. So the whole idea is that here you can name your walkthrough. Here you can select which pages you want to be. You have, of course, you have a description. You can say to which actually widget you want to place the particular step that you want to. Of course, you can add like as many steps as you want to. You can have like a component, the component that you want to pop up, or yeah, like pop up. And then we have, you can choose it from here, or you can create a new one. And then for the content alignment, you can choose if you want down, up, left, or right. And then we have the circle. Do you want to be a circle, like to visually point on the widget like with a circle, or you want in a square? So basically, if your widget is a square, then you need a rectangle, then you need to use a rectangle. But if your widget is more like a square, circle, and then you use the circle one. And also you can choose what color do you want to be like the overlay color, like the color that it's outside your widget. And the step alignment means that there is actually a button on the, for example, you can choose if it's, this case it's bottom right, there will be a text called step. So currently right now, there is an issue with the walkthroughs that it's only supported in English. So if your app, it's multi-language app, and you, for example, you cannot change this skip. Sorry, the skip will be only in English, unfortunately. So that's like a downside of the walkthroughs, which I hope in the future they will change. So what else I can say about walkthroughs? Of course, you can have some. Of course, you have some other actions actually. Because of the walkthroughs, and that's when the walkthroughs finish, for example, and also you can pass arguments to the to your components. So that means that those components can be reused. So you can have like one layout, and then you can reuse it across your app. So this is like the circle one for that particular widget doesn't really look that good, but if you choose the rectangle one, it actually looks great. And just say select the coffee type. But because this component has a pass parameter, so you can actually use the same thing, just change the icon and then change the text, and you can choose it, and you can say like choose your milk, for example, or something like that. So you can have multiple steps in one place, of course. And then to start it, we have this new action called walkthroughs and start walkthroughs, and that will be on page load, for example. You can do that on page load. And we have another actions called on walkthroughs. complete. So if you want to do something on complete, like let's say to the user, you want to say like, hey, congratulations, you just won like 10 points of completing the walkthroughs, for example. If you are like, if your app have gamification, like sort of concept. And then we have on walkthrough skip. So if someone skipped the walkthroughs, you can actually say, okay, don't skip it or something like that. It's probably not a good idea to say don't skip it when you want to skip it, but yeah, that's the idea. So let's move on actually. Great, and we are right now to the final section of this video, which is the FilterFlow 319. It's now available in the public version of FilterFlow. I actually did a video about that, so if you haven't watched that video, it's the video before that video, how you can prepare yourself to Flutter 319. And I recommend you to watch it. I hope you don't have any issues. Like most of the time, the project will not have any issues with that. So it says other improvements, and other improvements actually is great because it says more support for enums, and says enums in upstate, enums in drop down. So let's actually see that, because if I go to enums right now, sorry, it's here. I don't know why they put it, to be honest, in the data schema. Maybe, yeah, maybe it makes sense that it's in data schema because you're actually putting data here. And then they're saying that I should be able right now to go here and click on enums, right? So I can have like my enums of names or my enums of rows, which is great. Actually, we didn't have that functionality before, so it's much appreciated. And then we have this query Superbase action. And this actually, if you're using Superbase, that should be, I think arguably this should be on top, probably of, I don't know why they are like sneaking that in, but the whole idea is that right now, currently, I'm not using actually Superbase on this project. So let me actually delete this action because I'm not using it. Let's switch my... Okay, so now I'm on the other project that is Superbase, using Superbase, and previously we actually had to use this custom code, which will get a row. This is the custom code that I was using, but right now, and I had to supply like what field I'm searching for and what I'm searching for. What is the actual that I'm searching for? And this will actually, in this case, this will actually search for inside the table videos. So if I want to do the same thing, so let's actually copy. I want to search for the title FF tutorial 1. So if I want to see to do the same thing, now I have to go to the backend Superbase and query rows, and then click on videos. And then for the filter, I want to filter it by title, and I want my title to be equal to, and then this is what I want it to be equal to. And then I can say my video, my vid response, for example. So that's actually basically what that was doing. That's great, actually. Much appreciated update. And let's hope that they will continue pushing updates for Superbase, because Superbase is great. So let's go over here. So it says usability fixed, so more options for replacing widget. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not really sure what were the objects before this update, to be honest. But let's actually check, for example, this column. If I want to replace this widget, I have like mostly the most common thing is, I think it's to replace like a column to something else, like column to a list, for example, or grid view or something like that. Like this is the mostly what I'm replacing my widget, because it makes no sense to replace a button to yeah, probably an icon or something like that. Yeah. And the text, I don't see what you can replace it for. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Probably a rich text. Not you're right, but for right, probably a rich text, a text field, and button. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, that makes sense. So it's much appreciated. that change as well. And the last thing is code generation improvements. Of course, if you see any issues with Flow, you have to report it in the GitHub repo. And then we have these new features we're working on. And it says Flow for Windows. So like I said, this is coming in the coming weeks. Flow Copilot. So Flow Copilot haven't been updated since launch. So I think it's almost, 1 year since they launched it. And it's not very good, to be honest. I never used it, to be honest, because it's not very good. And then we have this improved debugging experience. That sounds great. I really don't know what is this, so I'm really waiting for this. If they make some way to make it to debug like for mobile more easily. I mean, I know they make this local run, but I cannot use it in Linux. So, and then we have the public roadmap, which is great. We actually have a roadmap for the flow, so we'll actually know what features they were going to work until the end of this year. So that's great, actually. Thumbs up, and let's see that my video, my predictions for the last year, that will be met. Let's see how many of that. And then we have plus a whole lot more. And of course, expect like an April Fool. So if they're saying that about the April Fool jokes, probably that means to me that there will be no updates for this month. And we'll probably see the April Fool. And then we'll see after that, immediately after that, we'll see the real update. So they will just be careful on the 1st of April, they will fool us with something big. Like there was like a PlayStation, I think last year that was so. And I'll read just a couple of comments, which is that the localization, it's not implemented in Walkthroughs. Yes, so I mentioned that. So keep in mind, if your app is in some other languages, keep that in mind. And then we have also a user saying that he or she has an error implementing the Walkthroughs FF localization, and that's probably because the same thing, because you have multiple languages and Walkthroughs currently don't work with multiple languages. And then another user says, dear Flow developers, where can you see the meaning of statuses of branches with error on the GitHub? So where can you see the meaning of statuses on branches? That's actually an interesting question, but I think, and it says that he reported this issue and it's future. So that means future means that they're not planning to do it in the near future, and I'm not expecting actually to work on that bug like in the, let's say, at least next 2 to 3 months, to be honest. And then the last one is regarding walkthroughs. I have 2 suggestions, the next target and the finish walkthrough. So we don't have buttons for that currently. So that's it, actually. I hope you enjoyed this video, and usually I slap to this video 2 things that I'm going to give as a gift for my 4,000 subscribers gift box, and I'll do a live session. So that's actually coming. Like I said, this is very soon. So just make sure you hit the bell icon, so when I go live, you will not miss it. To give you the box. And then another thing that I wanted to say is that my paid subscriptions right now for my YouTube channel is open. There's a lot of video actually that are available for all my paid subscribers, and 90% of all the income that it's coming from YouTube, it's actually coming from paid subscribers. So I have tiers from $2 or €2 to 100. So even if it's $2, it's much appreciated actually, and I'm really helpful I'm really thankful, sorry, to all of you considering even paying for my YouTube channel. That's helping a lot. So thank you and have a nice night, good evening, and morning, and so on.